Hello everyone, welcome to this session on Tableau. With me, Avedhan is a Begum, and as you can see, we are going to discuss about aggregation and granularity in this. Okay, now the agenda, like I said, is aggregation and granularity. So, what is this aggregation? What is granularity? I have given you an idea of these in the previous videos, right? I'm sorry for that. Okay, so here you have aggregation and you have granularity. What do I mean by these when I'm talking? I have given you an idea of these when we are doing our previous, charts and graphs. But then, just to explain this to you in a simpler way, suppose if you haven't attended, watched any of my previous videos, this video will help you understand what exactly I'm trying to show you here, right? So, okay, let me take you from the basic. Data, it is generated and analyzed at many different levels of granularity. So, granularity, it is the level of detail of data, how detailed the data is. For example, when I'm looking at a school database or a class dataset, right, I want to describe whether a row in a dataset represents a single person or the whole class in that university, right? So that is how it goes. So that is the level of granularity, whether it is about one single person or about the whole class. So when I'm looking at each person, definitely the level of granularity is increasing. Now, but what if I wanted to take a data set of student information and identify a value of the graduating class as a whole? Or if not graduating, let's just consider a value of the class as a whole. Now, what is that? How do you do that? You have to decrease the granularity. So, when you decrease the granularity, so suppose this is the whole class. When I decrease its granularity, it goes to individual persons. So, how do you do that? There is something called as aggregation. It's here. So aggregation and granularity, they are complementary concepts. So aggregation, if I want to define it, it's a mathematical operation that takes multiple values and returns single value. So you have sum, you have average, you have a minimum, count, maximum. All of these are aggregate values. So this changes the data to a lower granularity. So when there is lower granularity, there is higher level of details. See, understanding aggregations can sometimes depend upon, what we are trying to accomplish here. Okay, now let's go to Tableau and see what we can do about it. Okay, here I am. I'm taking any data, unemployment statistics. Let me just take that. Now, when I open it, I'll go to the worksheet. Now, when I'm taking the age of a person, or instead of that, I'll just give it like this. Okay, now what do I see here? If you see in the analysis here, these are aggregated. Okay, so now because I haven't given anything, okay, let me put it here. Right, so you see here, these are aggregated. Age is not aggregated because these are different values. But then unemployed, the number of unemployed people, these are aggregated. What do you understand by these? The continuous values get aggregated and the categorical values don't. Age, as you see here, they are divided into different categories: 16 to 19, 20 to 24. These are the categories. So they are categorical data and they cannot be aggregated. Of course, you need continuous data to aggregate it, right? And always remember, the one in the blue, these are dimensions, and the one in green, these are measures, right? So this is just an information so that you know. Okay, so this is the age, this is the unemployed, this is the number of people unemployed. Now what I am trying to show you here, this is aggregation. So if I do not aggregate it, this is how it will be. This goes to a very deep layer of detail, very in detail explanation. But this, you cannot actually infer anything from it. That is the reason we do this. Okay, we know this is the discrete data, and now we'll take its sum. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just give it aggregate measures. Right, now what if I try to show you the granularity in some other way? Period. This can help me show you the granularity in a much better way. So when I click on it, there are two ways. Either I take it as 1 year, so this is 2015, that's it. But there are so many years over here. Can you see this? So this is how you can change the level of granularity. Okay, this is somehow how you can change the level of granularity. This is for single one. This is for the complete batch, for example, right? So this is how you can do it. For this one, you can change the aggregation. For this one, you can change the granularity, and you can go understand that much better when you take it this way. So when you take the shapes of it, you get a better level of granularity. Now suppose I don't want this sum. What do I want here? I want count. Okay, this is how it goes. So take the kind of chart that you think gives you a better, what do you say, inference, right? So definitely this will give us inference. We can see if there is any relationship between the people unemployed and the year that we are looking for, right? So this is how it goes, and I hope you have understood aggregation and granularity. These are very important concepts if you want to understand. If you want me to define it to you again, I will define it to you again so that you get a chance to write down their uh, definitions. Okay, so I'm revising it again. Make sure you write this down so that you remember. You might This might help you in the long run when you are creating charts. Not that these are used for useful in every specific chart. There are some that you don't have to go into detail, but if you have to go into detail, then this is very important. So defining granularity, it is the level of detail of the data. And when I come to aggregation is a mathematical operation. So what does that take? That takes multiple values and it returns single value. So the operations can include sum, average, count, and minimum. Again, like I told you, aggregation, they depend on what you are trying to accomplish. Okay. So if you remember, even if you have worked with Python or if you have worked with SQL or any such kind of tools, you will know that aggregated values, aggregated measures. So if you're a master of statistics also, you will know what is this aggregated value and what is the importance of granularity. So I have told you about these concepts based on Tableau, but I would definitely suggest that you go into deeper details of this in statistics so that you understand these concepts much better and you know what kind of chart would require these, where you would require more detail and where you would not, right? So if you know more about it, where can you use, if you can give me examples of where you would require this level of detail, I want you to comment that in the comment section, right? So see you in the next video. Till then, happy learning.